I hope you enjoy this breath-centered complete yoga sequence, including asana for neck and shoulder stretches, hips as well. It can be practiced any time of the day and of course on any day, but you might especially enjoy it at the end of your work week. Thanks for joining me. We're going to begin in child's pose. For some of us, child's pose can be uncomfortable for the knees. So if you have a blanket, a narrow, firm pillow, even some beach towels, maybe kind of tucking them in real close behind the knee joint can offer some support when you're in child's pose. And maybe just not even bending as deeply. Just making sure you can find comfort. Some of us might want to have the hips up a little bit higher. So placing your hands in any position where you know your neck and shoulders can relax as you are in child's pose. We'll use a few moments here to center ourselves here in this position. So finding that spot for a moment. And beginning to turn our focus inward, quieting the mind, leaving the outside world outside for now. Hopefully you found a quiet spot for your yoga practice at home. Connecting to the breath. Gradually begin to deepen your inhale, followed by your exhalation. We'll take a few cleansing breaths to center. And if you can draw the breath into the ribs, expanding all the way around. As you're exhaling, softening the belly, softening the low back, releasing tension in the shoulders, your neck, your face. One more cleansing breath, please. And then just beginning to rock the hips back and forth, side to side, as long as the hips and the knees find this agreeable. And then as you're rocking the hips side to side, see if you can feel a release that moves up the spine all the way towards the neck and into the neck. And then extending the arms out overhead. And we'll take this shifting side to side in some larger circles. So as you're breathing in, you're coming up. And then taking yourself back over to the right into a circle. So about twice more around in this one direction. And then when you're ready, you'll switch directions. About 3 circles around or so, connecting to the breath, breathing in as you come up, exhale as you're folding back. And then one more time around. And then we'll pause here in cat-cow, having the wrists underneath the shoulders, just a few traditional cat-cows to kind of wake up our abdominals here. So as we breathe in, we'll just kind of take this neutral pose. And as you exhale, I want you to draw those abdominals from your navel to your pubic bone, drawing them in as you round the spine. So drawing in, activating the abdominals, waking up the core, breathe into neutral. Feeling the belly release towards the floor. Exhale, drawing in those abdominals. As those abdominals draw in, you can feel the low back automatically begin to round a little bit. We'll try that one more time. Go to neutral. And exhale, waking up the core. From this position, we're going to walk the hands out into a half downward facing dog. So we leave the hips stacked up over the knees and extend through the arms, feeling a gentle stretch in through the chest, maybe even down in through the armpits alongside the body. But imagine a straight line from the side of your hip running along the side waist, side rib cage, through the armpit, side of the arms. One more breath here. And then we'll walk both hands over to the right. As we're walking the hands to the right, release that left hip back behind. Have a couple breaths here as you lengthen out that whole left side. And then we'll move over to the left side to stretch the right. So as the hands are moving to the left, release that right hip back. That way it helps to lengthen along the right waist. One more breath. And then coming back to our half dog here. Take a breath. And we're going to bring ourselves into a standing forward fold. So if you want, you can just lunge one foot forward, then the other. Or if you prefer to take yourself into a downward facing dog, or any variation thereof. But let's walk hands and feet together. Knees are soft. Hands on the front of the front ankles. We're going to inhale and we're going to come up halfway. Squeeze that upper back. Begin to engage the upper back through the shoulder blades as the hands come up to about the knees. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale, halfway up, flattening the torso, flattening the back side. Exhale, fold. And then inhale, let's just round all the way up, just slowly coming up one vertebra at a time. When you get to the top, give yourself a nice shoulder roll back. From here, we'll take the hands in this prayer position, and we're going to lift the fingertips up towards the ceiling. When you're ready to exhale, exhale with palms away, all the way, bringing your arms all the way down to the side bodies. Good. So we'll warm up the legs a little bit through our hips, and then we'll move on into shoulders and neck. So just finding yourself well rooted through one leg, and then you're just going to swing the other leg back and forth. You can make this swing as large or as small as is comfortable for you. And then we'll take it out to the side. And again, challenging our balance a little bit here too. But again, making it as small or as big as you want. And then we'll switch sides. Finding yourself well rooted through this other leg. And then just back and forth. Easy swing. And then when you're ready, you can go side to side, a little bit more challenging here. Good. Standing in Tadasana for a moment. Your hands could be on your hips or alongside your body as we work a slow march just to challenge the balance a little bit further. Rooting down, let's say, maybe through your right leg, and we're going to come up onto the left tippy toes, and then just a slow march, bringing thigh parallel to the floor, but always making sure you feel safe. So if if it makes sense for you to put your hand onto the wall or a chair, countertop, by all means. Let's be safe. We'll try a couple more marches, nice and slow. Using our core to support and help bring that knee up. And then we'll pause here. And we'll see if we can't take this knee out to the side and back forward. Strong through our abdominals. Soft gaze on our focal point. One more time, out to the side. Come back to center. Have a couple breaths here. Don't hold your breath. release. Good. When you're ready, we'll root down through the left leg, come up onto the right tippy toes. When you're ready, just a slow march. Strong through the abdominals. Shoulder blades resting on the back body. Nice alignment through the spine. Hold that knee up. Release out to the side and back. Inhaling. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time out to the side. And come back to center. Pausing here. Not holding the breath. And then release down. Good. And just kind of shifting side to side. From here, let's work on the shoulders. So taking the fingertips, resting them on top of the shoulders here. We're going to, when we're ready to exhale, we're going to close those elbows in towards one another, separating the shoulders, shoulder blades in the back body. And then as you're ready to inhale, you're going to squeeze. The elbows come out in line with the body, or maybe a little further back behind. Squeezing that upper back. Exhale, closing. Inhale, opening. And exhale, close. Good. Inhale, open. And then coming back into a neutral position. We're going to lift the elbows up, breathe in. And exhale those elbows down. Inhaling the arms up. Now as we exhale, that's our opportunity to engage the abdominals further. Let's try this twice more. And once more. Back to neutral, and we'll just take a few shoulder rolls back. You can make this circle as big or as little as you want. One more time around. Release in neutral and drop your arms. And take a moment just to close your eyes. Feel your posture rooted down through your strong legs. The breastbone lifting up towards the ceiling, resting the shoulder blades back and down. Slowly opening your eyes, placing your hands, palms together at heart center. Lift the fingertips up, breathe in. And exhale all the way down, back around. We're going to come back into this prayer position. Inhale, fingertips up. Exhale, palms away, and release the arms alongside your body. And just notice what that does for alignment and through your upper back. Good. Let's work a few neck stretches. So let's just start with some neck rolls from side to side, real gentle, nothing too strenuous. So you're just going to drop your chin towards a notch of the collarbones. And then when you're ready to inhale, you're just going to release and roll to one side, rolling your ear towards the shoulder, coming back through center. Inhaling over to the other side. Exhale, roll your chin back to center. Inhale, opposite side. Just nice and easy, rolling from side to side. And releasing through. Probably feeling some little bit of crunching. This next time we come around, we're going to come around, but then you're going to lift the chin and pause here. Gaze out over that shoulder. Have a breath or two here. Chin over the shoulder. And then when you're ready, on the next exhale, you're going to release all the way back to center. Inhale all the way back to the other side. When you get to the other side, you're going to lift this chin. Make sure you're allowing the tops of the shoulders to relax down. Gazing out over your shoulder. Dropping that chin down as we release the chin back to the notch between the collarbones. And in your mind's eye, finding that space between the shoulder blades, and begin to stack your vertebrae from there, one on top of the other, as you slowly lift your head until the chin is parallel to the floor. And we're going to, let's interlace the hands behind the back body. We're going to take the hands over to one side. Let's take them over to your left side. Now, if this is uncomfortable, you can certainly just take your left hand to take hold of that right wrist and releasing wherever is comfortable for you. So from here, we're either interlacing the hands somewhere, just holding on, because what we want to do by taking this right hand back behind is to release the top of the shoulder down and to create some length on this right side of the neck as we begin to stretch there. So on your exhale, you're going to release left ear towards shoulder, both shoulders releasing down, not lifting up to creating tension, but trying to create some length. So if you like, you can close your eyes for a few breaths here, elongating the right side neck, maybe even into the very tops of the shoulder. And then keeping this side stretch, let's just turn our nose down towards our armpit. You might feel the stretch changing to more towards the back of the neck. Breathe here. And then coming back to the side stretch. This time let's take the nose up towards the ceiling. It's a very small movement. And the stretch shifting to the side, front, right side neck. Breathe. Coming back to your side stretch. Dropping the chin back down. And then let's release the hands, but let's use our left fingertips to help lift this head back up into place. Those tender neck muscles, just offering a little support there to help them back up into place. And close your eyes for a moment just to feel the length on the right side neck compared to the left. We'll work the other side. So we'll start just as we did on the other side by interlacing the hands and bringing both hands over towards the right side body. But again, maybe you're not interlacing fingers, maybe you're using the right hand just to give a gentle tug of that left arm back behind the back body. Again, just to create length on this left side. So when you're ready, whatever position you find comfortable, rooted down through your feet, lift up and releasing the right ear towards the right shoulder. I'm not lifting my right shoulder up, but I'm releasing it down along with the left side. So side stretch. Closing my eyes, feeling the length on the left side of my neck. Breathing. Then from here, keeping the side stretch, just turning my nose down towards the right armpit. The gaze following. Deepening the stretch on the left side back neck, back side of the neck. One more breath. And then coming back to side stretch. When you're ready, taking your nose up towards the ceiling. Again, very subtle, small movement. Notice the shift, the change, and the stretch in the neck. A little bit more anterior. Coming back to your side stretch. Release the hands using those right fingertips to help lift this heavy head back up into neutral. Rest your arms alongside your body. Close your eyes. Feeling the length of your spine from the neck all the way down between the shoulder blades. into the low back and into your hips. Arms just resting at the sides of your body. We'll combine a little shoulder stretch with a balance pose. So we're going to stretch both arms out in front. You're going to cross the right elbow over the left. Bend the elbows, and it's the back of the hands that are going to touch. Or if you're able to, you can bring the palms of the hands together. Now you're welcome to stay right here and maybe just standing even on one leg. Otherwise, we'll shift into the right leg, softness to the right knee, and then cross your left leg over the right knee and remain in your balance pose. So you've got to have your focal point, quieting the mind. And again, you could do this just with standing on one leg and left toes just up off the floor. So whatever variation works for you at this moment. But we're breathing here, working on our balance pose and feeling the stretch across the upper back. Another breath or two. And then release. And while we're here, let's just take a little bit, deepen the stretch a little bit. By just releasing, drawing the elbows up. Just a small amount, releasing the elbows down. Elbows up. And release down. One more time. And you decide how high and how low those elbows are going to go. And release the arms. Feel that stretch across the upper back. We'll switch sides. So this time the arms will stretch up, but it'll be the left over the right elbow, okay? Then you're going to bend the elbows. Back of the hands are touching, or possibly the palms of the hands. So now we'll shift our weight, our awareness in through the left leg. Soften the knee, and maybe you're just standing on this left leg in a single leg stance. Another option then is to cross the right knee over the left knee. And you can be here for a few breaths as well. Soft gaze on the focal point. Two more breaths. And slowly releasing the feet, standing once again on the 2 feet. And then if you like, we'll work it on this side where we're just lifting the elbows as high as we want and releasing low. Again, your range of motion is whatever's most comfortable for you at this moment. One more time. Release the arms away. Maybe one big shoulder roll back. Or as a matter of fact, we could place our hands in this prayer position once again. Fingertips up towards the ceiling. Breathing in, and then as you're exhaling, release. So really stretch those arms out far. And then let them float towards the side of the body. We'll interlace the hands behind the back body. Again, if that's too much, feel free just to hold anywhere on the wrists. But we're going to let the hands rest on the sacrum. We're going to squeeze the elbows back towards one another. We're going to soften the knees. We're going to take ourselves into a forward fold. And it's going to be up to you if you decide to release the hands away from the sacrum, or to whatever degree is comfortable, or if you prefer to let them rest. Our gaze is straight down, just above the tips of the toes, equidistant between our feet. And the head is going to remain still as we just roll one shoulder forward and then roll the other shoulder forward. So it's just like you're rolling from side to side, collarbones coming with it, but the head and neck remain straight. So just keep your gaze steady. You're just going from side to side, just easing out any residual tension through that upper back, through the shoulders, and even up into the neck. One more time each side, rolling. Knees are soft as we inhale, bring ourselves back up. One more squeeze between the shoulder blades, straighten the arms, rest your arms alongside the body. Take a free breath here. Even closing your eyes if you like. Feeling the sense of freedom in through the neck, the tops of the shoulders, and into the upper back. From here, we'll take ourselves into chair pose. So we're going to inhale the arms up overhead. We're going to exhale into chair pose, but we're going to change it up a little bit in that we're going to come over to the side. So I'm going to bring my left hand to that left, outside of the right knee, and the right hand onto the hip. That's one option. The other option is when I come, I can bring my left elbow onto the right hip, or onto the right knee. And then we're going to inhale, coming back to standing, arms up overhead. Exhale, right hand or right elbow to the left knee or the left thigh. Inhaling, coming up. So again, a little bit of twist. We're feeling it in through the upper back. And here I'm exhaling. I'm letting my abdominals help me move into my twist. And inhaling up. And exhale. Strong through the abdominals. Pushing the hips back as if you're sitting into a chair. Solid through your feet. Bending deeply at the ankles as well. One more time over to the left. And inhale up. Good. Float the arms down. Taking a rest breath. Breathe in, breathe out. Stand on the long edge of your mat. The feet will be wide. We're working a little adaptation of triangle pose where we windmill the arms back and forth, opposite hand to ankle. So let's do this. Let's inhale the arms all the way up. Breathe in. And exhale to shoulder height. Take a breath in place. Stretch through the arms. When you're ready to exhale, we're going to take that left hand over towards that right foot. We're going to bend that right knee if it helps. Inhaling back up. Arms are sweeping long. Right hand towards that left foot. Maybe I'm only bringing it on just somewhere onto the leg. Inhaling up. Again, we can place blocks in place down by the feet to help with bringing the floor a little bit closer, helping us with our alignment. Exhale takes us into the twist. Inhale, sweep the arms wide, not collapsing. So try to lengthen out through the torso as you come side to side. The next time this left hand reaches over to the right, we'll pause there. Exhaling. Good. And we can begin to straighten the right leg if that's comfortable. And while you're here, again, if you have a block or an ottoman or a shoebox, you can place it so that you're able to really get a better rotation in through that upper back. You can even try it with a chair. Like I say, it just helps bring the floor up. You should, maybe try experimenting a little bit, because as I'm here with the chair, you can see I'm really able to get the shoulders to stack. Versus if I'm down here and I don't have much movement in my upper back and around my rib cage. So it's a little bit better to bring the floor up. So I have a couple more breaths on that right side. I think we were swinging the arm. And then let's be here for a breath or two. Gaze down towards your left hand. Your next breath in, let's come all the way back up, arms parallel to the floor. Exhale, opposite side. Again, using the block or a chair, anything. And we're going to sweep that arm up, breathe in, and exhale, float down. And breathe in. Exhale down. You can keep the bend to that left knee or begin to straighten it. The next time the left arm comes straight up overhead, we'll leave the arm up overhead. We'll take our gaze down to the right. And don't forget to breathe. One more breath. And then slowly allowing yourself to unwind. Let your head hang heavy and just hang in this forward fold. If it feels like a lot of work for your low back, be sure to bend your knees quite a bit, and you can place your elbows above your knees and then just really allow your head to hang heavy. So whatever position you can find the most comfort in, just be there for a couple of breaths. On your next inhale, soften your knees and allow yourself to roll on up. And we'll come to stand towards the short edge of your mat. One shoulder roll back, interlace the hands. Soft knees as we fold forward. And just be here for a breath or two. Release your hands toward your hips and then let them run down the back of your legs. Bend your knees greatly. Let's come and bring ourselves onto the belly. Turn your gaze one way or the other, or even straight down if you like, whatever works for you at this moment. And just take a moment to feel your body, belly down towards the floor. And here we'll work a little variation on Cobra. We're going to interlace the hands behind the back body. If that doesn't work for you at this moment, just have your hands alongside your body and have them come up with, as we come up into Cobra. So when you're ready, on the inhale, you're going to lift the head and chest and bring your gaze so that it is straight down. Breathing in. And exhale, turn your gaze and release all the way back down. Breathe in. Let the strength of your upper back lift your head and chest. And your knuckles reaching towards your heels. You're going to exhale, release down. And this next time we'll be up for a couple of breaths. Or you can continue with repetitions if that works for you, if that's better. So inhaling, coming up. Length to the back of the neck, squeezing those shoulder blades, rooted down from the hips down through your thighs, the tops of your feet. Breathe here. Let the inhale lift you a little higher. One more breath. And exhale, release down. Release your arms alongside your body. Take a deep breath in and out. And then let's bring ourselves up to all fours. We'll work Chakravakasana to help release the back. So breathing in place. As you exhale, you're rounding the entire spine, shifting your hips back. Drop the forearms, belly to your thighs, your hips toward your heels, forehead down. Exhale. Inhale, come up. Flattening the upper back, leading with the chest. Exhale, rounding the spine, shifting back. Inhale, coming up. We'll squeeze between the shoulder blades, and then rounding the spine to shift yourself back. One more time where we come up. On the inhale. And exhale back. Sneak in one little extra breath here. And then we're going to move on to our backs. And when you're on your back, some of us, again, would benefit from having a blanket under the head to ensure that our neck and shoulders and spine have good alignment. Let's bring the knees into the chest. Stretch your arms out shoulder height or a little bit lower. And we're going to work with some repetition here as we twist from side to side. So take a breath in here, and then exhale the knees over to the right. You can turn your gaze to the left if you wish. Inhale in place, and then exhale all the way to the other side. Nice long exhale, engaging the abdominals to help us get there. You can turn your gaze to the right. Breathe in place. As you're exhaling, you're engaging the abdominals to help us get all the way to the other side. Roll the head opposite if you like. Inhaling in place, and then exhale all the way to the other side. Inhale in place. Exhale all the way opposite side. Knees are going to the right, gazing to the left if you wish. It will be here for a couple of breaths. As you're here, releasing the back side of that left shoulder down into the floor. Knees working to stack one another. But finding a position where you can be here for just about 2 more breaths. Sometimes some people find it beneficial to have even a blanket between the knees or a block or pillow. Your next exhale, you're going to engage those abdominals to help you come all the way to the other side so we can be here for a few breaths. Right shoulder planted down into the floor. Opening up the right side body. Breathe deep. On that inhale, feel as though you're breathing just into this right side rib. Feel it all the way into the back body. Face is soft, letting go of any clenching in the jaw or across the forehead. 2 more breaths. Your next exhale is going to help you roll onto your back. And set one foot down, then the other. Draw your arms in close to your body. Lift your hips to realign your spine. And then lifting your feet up off the floor. On your inhale, we're going to take both legs up to the ceiling as the arms stretch up overhead. Breathe in. And exhale your heels back down toward your buttocks. Your arms alongside your body. If it feels better for you to have your feet land to the floor, that's fine too. Or maybe some people prefer to work one leg at a time. Twice more. Breathing in, giving yourself that little bit of a pause so you can feel the extension through the arms and through the legs. And the exhale down. One more time. And release down. Set one foot to the floor, then the other. Kind of tuck those shoulders under for a moment. Feel your upper back and arms rest onto the floor. And you can even rock your head side to side for a moment. And then stretching out through one leg, stretching out through the other leg, preparing ourselves for a few moments in Shavasana. If it's comfortable to turn your palms up, do so. Let your heels, your calves, your upper thighs and hips rest to the floor. Your mid-back, your upper back, the back of your shoulders, your arms, the back of the head rest to the floor. Back body releasing into the floor to allow the front body to open up. Bringing your awareness to the top of your head. And then moving your awareness to the tips of your fingers, the tips of your thumbs. And then moving your awareness to the tips of your toes. And then feeling together the tips of your toes, tips of your fingers, the top of your head. And imagining straight lines from those three places into the center body. A line from the top of the head inward. From the tips of your fingers inward. From the tips of your toes inward. And where would those three lines meet up? In the torso somewhere. And just finding that spot where they meet up, wherever it is for you. Could be by the throat, it could be by the heart center, by the breastbone, by your navel center, closer into the hips, wherever that spot is. Your three lines drawing in and joining. And then from that center point, as you take that breath in, feel your lines of energy move from your center point to the top of the head, to the tips of your fingers, down through your legs, tips of the toes. As you exhale, bringing yourself back into center. Inhale, you can feel the expansion, gentle expansion of the energy moving outward. And as you exhale, bringing yourself back to center. Breathing in and expanding. Exhale, coming back to center. As you're exhaling, you're allowing yourself to relax deeply. Breathe in. Move outward. Exhale, coming back. Twice more. And just releasing the breath, allowing the breath to be. And just enjoying that wave-like quality to the breath. That expands out like a wave and then comes back to shore. Just rest here for a few moments. As you allow the mind and the body to balance, both quiet mind and body at ease. Just being here in this moment where it takes no energy, no effort to be right here, right now. Once again, finding that center point that you created for yourself. Taking a breath in, feeling your body stretch out through the legs, the arms, out through the top of the head. Exhale, bringing yourself back to center point. And now let that breath in begin to stretch the body. Exhale, bring yourself back to center. Inhale, lengthen out. You can begin to move your toes, your fingers. You can rock your head a little bit. Moving your wrists, your ankles. If you like, you can stretch your arms up overhead. Long stretch through the body. And exhale, just allow yourself to melt one more time. Bending your knees, roll to your side. And take a moment to bring yourself up to a seated position, and let's just sit just for a moment. Close your eyes. Notice how you feel. The mind at ease. A release of tension through the neck and shoulders, upper back. The hips and legs at ease. And slowly opening your eyes, soft gaze straight ahead. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope the rest of your day is great.